Hi everyone on YouTube, my name is James Ursel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the second in a series of videos where I teach you guys the top techniques for playing a stride piano with the right hand techniques. So in this episode, I'm going to teach you guys how to use the third interval. And to start this off, I'm just going to play through the song Honeysuckle Rose using exclusively thirds, just so you can get an idea of what we're going to get into later. And then we'll go into some examples on how you can construct your own and how to use some theory to make your own. So I'll show you that right now. Okay guys, now to get into how you would construct some of these for yourself, I want to just take the example of a B flat chord. Root, third, fifth. And if we break that up into thirds, we just get basically the bottom and the top, and then the rest would just be a fourth. So if we're just going to be riffing exclusively on a B flat chord, what are the possibilities? Well, we could approach them chromatically, the third chromatically. So, and then also you could use this, the minor third of like a G minor, which would kind of apply a B flat sixth. So we're already getting a bit of a cool sound there. We can use some blues. We can also approach it diatonically. So that's kind of sounds cool as well. We can also use some blue notes. So what are we doing there? We're using the chromatic right there. Then we're going, that's the diatonic. Did a bit of a connecting thing. Then we're going to do some blue notes. So you can see already there, just from one chord, all of the possible things you can do using these various kind of dancing around the B flat chord. Here's another one. So right there, we were using some chromatic. Blues, strictly B flat. Using the chromatic there. Now that I've shown you something on the B flat chord, let's try a chord with a bit more possibilities. So what about a G7 chord? So we got root third, fifth, fifth, seventh, ninth. You probably wouldn't go up to the sharp 11ths, so we would just come down basically kind of like we do with the B flat with the sixth. And just on this G7 chord, I want to show you a bit of an example too, before I get into the example of how you would maybe do that. Apply the thirds riffs for the G7. I want to show you a bit of an example from Fats Waller. So here, this is from the song Numb, Fumbling. So that was all exclusively in thirds. So on the G7 or a G, he's using the whole range of the G7 chord there. Chromatic. Okay, so if we're gonna be on the same chord, basically that was just going from a G7 chord down to a C7. So we're gonna make up our own. That's smashing thirds, but so right there we were just using basically the same chromatic. Using basically a lot of the same things we did with the B flat chord. We're just getting a lot more possibilities because there's more extensions of the chord. Okay, so now we've got a bit of ideas how to use the thirds in a stride piano context. Now I want to show you guys an example from a song called If I Were You by Fats Waller. So basically I'll play through the song, just the A section, and then we will solo with some thirds and break down why it works. So I'll show you that right now. Okay, so let's just go through the chord progression of what that is. So we got B flat major 7, make it minor, F over A, G7, then G minor, C7, G minor, C7, G7, C7, then goes up to the F7. And actually, this is funny. This is actually the same chord progression, if you might know, from part of a song called Clothesline Ballet, where it goes like this. But that's just a bit of a side note. It's just kind of interesting. So let's do really slowly what we were doing in there. So with the B flat chord, so we're using a blues scale. Then we're going up. That fits with the minor. Then with the F over A. Kind of like my first video where I showed fourth. Using thirds. That's a very typical stride, like it's very authentic sounding. So just going So that's for the F over A. Then using the kind of a blue note on the G7. Then with the G minor, straight up G minor to the 7, C7. Just basically doing them straight up what they are, the G minor. Then come up here and approach it from the top, going down to the bottom, go up to the, then go down. So they were using the root third, then come down to the 5th and 7th of G7. And then when I was on the 6th and root of the F7, when I'm coming up, I'm kind of going up with my left hand and then going down, which is the 5th and 7th of the B of the F7. So the bridge is basically so yeah, you can kind of see there how we're getting into some of the theory of why now stride piano thirds work, or when you're playing in that with that beat and that feel, how to get the authentic stride sound. Okay guys, I hope that gives you an idea of how you can use thirds in a stride piano context, and I can't wait to see you guys for the next episode where I teach you guys the use of taking out the third interval up 1 octave for right hand tenths and ninths, because there's tons of stuff you can do with those as well. So I can't wait to show you that next time. All right, take care.